1,294 days. That's how long it took for Roman Reigns to get pinned after Baron Corbin became the last man to do it in December of 2019. At WWE Money in the Bank 2023, as you know, Jey Uso, along with his brother Jimmy, were able to defeat Roman Reigns in his Tribal Chief run, to the shocking reaction of the fans in London. Jey pinned Roman, and suddenly, Roman Reigns is not invincible. Breaking news: Roman Reigns is a mortal human being. Of course, it goes without saying that the Usos and Solo Sikoa are the reasons why Reigns remained undefeated for so long. I mean, how many times did they interfere on his behalf to help him win and defend the WWE Universal Championship? He has been on the verge of being pinned, tapped out several times. Sometimes he's even been pinned, but the referee wasn't there, but hey, that doesn't count. Many close calls, too many close calls, and it finally came tumbling down when his insurance policies have gone. They've caused the biggest cracks in the bloodline, and we may witness the following that could be the biggest and longest crumbling of an empire in WWE that we've ever seen. What is the aftermath of Jey Uso pinning Roman Reigns in the Bloodline Civil War match at Money in the Bank? It was masterful storytelling. The match may not have been a 5-star classic, but the moments were truly masterpieces. To see the Usos finally triumph over their gaslighting, manipulative, narcissistic cousin Roman Reigns, while it wouldn't have been as masterful if Solo Sikoa took the pin like he did at Night of Champions when him and Roman lost to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. No, Roman needed to take the pin. This needed to happen. As Triple H described it best, the entire storyline is cinema. And cinema is the best word to describe it, since it's arguably some of the best storylines that many fans have seen from WWE in their lifetime, or certainly in the last decade or so. There were quite a few throwback moments, such as when Roman had Jimmy Uso in a guillotine choke, a throwback to when he did the same thing to him at Hell in a Cell 2020. Then there was a smash 'em and stack 'em pin attempt, a throwback to WrestleMania 37, when Roman Reigns defeated Daniel Bryan and Edge at the same time. And then there was that low blow kickout from Jey, a throwback to Clash of Champions 2020, when Reigns truly established himself as the Tribal Chief. That's right, all of those callbacks to the fans who've been following it for years. So this is the end of the Bloodline as we know it, right? It seems like it is. The lineup has been cut by half, and it appears that Solo Sikoa is quickly losing faith in Roman Reigns if he hasn't already. I mean, at one point in the match, Solo had to tell Roman Reigns, come on, let's get these guys. That hasn't happened in a long time. A match where Roman needed a pep talk. This isn't the same Roman Reigns. This may not even be the Tribal Chief. So, the seeds have been planted one night before Money in the Bank when the Usos voted Solo as the next Tribal Chief. Roman Reigns simply laughed the idea off. Roman wasn't laughing when he got pinned by the Usos. You may or may not have seen the footage that went viral of Roman Reigns reacting to getting pinned, having more than a mini meltdown, complaining like a big old baby. And Solo, on the other hand, just walked to the back by himself. So is this going to change the power dynamic that is left within the Bloodline? Is there even still a Bloodline faction? In the immediate aftermath of the shocking outcome of Money in the Bank, the Usos revealed that they would be the ones hosting a tribal court, with Roman being the subject in question rather than the person making the judgment. Oh boy. Based on how good the last tribal court segment was, this is going to be a doozy. Could Solo Sikoa be a much more important part of the story when it comes to where we go in the direction of SummerSlam that is less than 2 months away? Yeah, the direction is obvious though. It's Roman facing Jey Uso, right? Yeah, we get that again. I'm down for that. Expect another high-intensity, high-drama main event. Reigns headlining his third SummerSlam in a row, while going from facing John Cena in 2021, Brock Lesnar in 2022, and now Jey Uso in 2023. It may seem like a downgrade on paper. That's just on paper. The storyline, though, is an elevation. It's much more of a stronger storyline when you compare it to the past SummerSlams. And given that it will be Reigns' first title defense in over 4 months, yeah, how are you a champion if you don't defend your title all the time? You can expect WWE to pull out all of the stops for this one in Detroit. In the eyes of many, Jey Uso is the most logical man to dethrone Roman Reigns from the Universal Championship. And there's a good argument to be made as to why it should be him over anyone else. He has the Tribal Chief's first victim. He was the Tribal Chief's first real victim under this character. He is family and arguably the second most important person in this entire faction that we know as the Bloodline. While we would like to think that Jey will win, we still don't expect that to be the end of Reigns' historic Universal Championship run, even if it makes a whole lot of sense. Sure, Reigns is having his Mad King downfall of hubris with a crumbling empire, and there's still more story to be told. So it's a well-deserved moment we anticipate that WWE will squeeze out for another 8 months or so, right? We gotta get this thing to WrestleMania in Philly next year. Or at least that's just a widespread assumption. Whether or not Jey Uso, along with his brother Jimmy at his side, can dethrone Roman, it is still clear that the Usos have officially cemented themselves as one of the greatest tag teams in WWE history with this Bloodline run, with those tag titles, with those 5-star matches, bringing tag team wrestling to the main event of Mania and more, and bringing tag teams into a storyline that means a lot more. You're not going to hear anybody say that these are just twin brothers. No, these are the Usos. And they're now established as potential single stars, especially Jey. And perhaps WWE is still thinking of that rumored Roman Reigns Cody 2 rematch. Yeah, WrestleMania 40, and perhaps that will be the end of the story. But until that happens, it's only speculation. Assuming that's how it all plays out, we could even see Solo Sikoa walk out on Roman Reigns. Seems like that's where things are going. Wouldn't it be even spicier if Paul Heyman went out the door with Solo? Wow. Ultimately, it is Roman's downfall with the cheating, the lying, the manipulation, the ruthlessness that made Roman Reigns get pinned after nearly 1,300 days. It's only what has kept him at the top is those he's put around him. And what we're likely to see is that these are the very things that will lead to his ultimate downfall. The final fall for Roman won't happen until he loses the Universal Championship. And once he does, the story will officially be complete. You've probably heard people call this one of the greatest storylines in WWE history, and if anything, it can all be chalked up to the sheer number of people that Roman has elevated apart from himself in all of this. The Usos became the greatest tag team. Sami Zayn became one of the most popular underdogs. Kevin Owens benefited from his association with Sami and chasing Roman. Solo got even better and became more of a stoic superstar and playing a great support role. Multiple title challengers came and went, and despite losing to Roman Reigns, they were bigger stars after they lost. Whatever happens next, whether Reigns truly has the inevitable title loss, we suggest that you enjoy and savor as much of this as you can, because will you ever see something like this in your lifetime in pro wrestling? Let us know what you think. Who's going to take the title off Roman Reigns? Get it in the comments below.